So your girl ended up getting an interview for pharmacy school. So again, I wasn't even going to apply, but then I got together with a girl who was in my microbiology class. She said that she had applied the year before. She got an interview. She totally bombed the interview, even though she had the grades and the hours to get into pharmacy school and all that good stuff. So she had me a little bit shook. So I decided, regardless of if I was going to go or not, I was going to go ahead and interview. Well, not to toot my own horn, but your girl used to be an outside salesperson. So interviewing, talking to people, introducing myself, those are my jams. I haven't had an interview yet and not got the job or not got the part. So interview day comes and I'm starting to talk to people, introduce myself out in the parking lot because I heard that, it was all about the interview. They want to see certain things. When you go into an interview, they want to know a little bit about your personality, not just what your grades are, not just, they want to see what you got on paper translated in real life. So I'm pulling up in the parking lot, introducing myself. We got, sat in a room. It's probably like 14 or 15 candidates or so at a time. And we were sitting around a round table. I walked into the room. It was dead silence. Okay. Just dead silence. The person who checked us in, was responsible for walking us in there, turned around and left. And then it was just us sitting at the table. So I took the empty seat, along with the person that had just introduced myself to in the parking lot, and sat down and just went around the room. What's your name? Where are you from? Oh, okay, you're applying to, is this the only school you applied to? Just started asking questions, just making conversation. One thing about an interview for a professional school or, for a part in a play or a TV show, whatever it is. One thing about an interview is you should always assume that they are recording everywhere. Okay. In the days of social media and cameras everywhere and Ring cameras and all that stuff, you should always assume that people are recording. If you are interviewing, make sure you're on your best behavior as you're walking into the building and also as you're sitting in the waiting room. So when I got invited to a pharmacy school interview, they began to communicate with us via email, what the requirements are. They even gave us like a layout of what the day would be. So when we first got there, the first thing was on the layout was that we would be sitting in a conference room, kind of. So the next thing after that was that somebody would come and introduce themselves, and then we would be assigned to students who were already at the school, and they would show us around. And after that, we would go to an interview with one of the professors. And then after that, we would be brought into a session that we could mingle. We would meet with the president and the dean and all that good stuff. And then it was over. So I put two and two together and knew that it was all about the conversations, the networking, the questions you asked, how you presented yourself. Were you professional or not? And not just professional, but can you light up a room? Are you dynamic? Do you have dynamic ideas? It's so funny that as a part of one of our classes, after getting in, we had to do like a mock interview. And I did a mock interview for a sales position as if I were interviewing for a pharmaceutical sales position. And my preceptors and the faculty that interviewed me were so stunned. They were left with mouth hanging open after my interview because, like I said, I'm a pro. I've been in sales for a very long time. So it's something that I am very good at doing. But anyway, went through the interview, had to wait like 2 weeks. One afternoon, I get a phone call. It's from Mercer University. And they really should be, like, they got jokes. Because the way they stressed me out on this call was just unnecessary. Let me know if you want a part 4.